Welcome back to the house, builders. We're going to continue on with a little bit more of Great Houses of Calderia and see where we get to. Last time around, we kind of got through, I would say, the bulk of the tutorials, although I'm sure we'll bump into some more systems as we go. We managed to get a wedding complete, which was quite nice. We still have another character who still needs to get married, so we will continue that quest. And we have, I believe this was our... I believe that's who we had get married last time. Or perhaps not. Okay, we have an extra person who needs a job to do. So we had sent people out to visit various families, and we had a bunch of wedding invitations. Seems like at the early beginning of the game, a bunch of families are running around trying to get marriages arranged, so that kind of makes sense. And yeah, let's check Claudio here. So, Overseer of Farmers... She has really bad intrigue. She's sociable, benevolent, and carefree, so decent traits there. Sure, that'd be fine. All right, go try your luck, buddy. And Isadora, we could do some more training, but I think I've already got... Yeah, Aime and Sarah are both already doing training. I kind of want to probably have you do something. Marzio also. Okay, so let's pop in here. So view. Yeah, the only thing we are currently supervising is our farmers. We need a lot more materials if we're going to do another upgrade. If I was to do this, so masons, no major change. I just want to see. Yeah, no change to happiness. She would make the farmers sadder by proxy. Yeah, she's not great. All right, we'll put her here. I'm not sure if she's actually helping. I'm guessing maybe like 10 is like neutral, and she just doesn't have high enough stats for that. Yeah, we'll try it. Our materials are really low right now because we are working on building the upgrade. And while we're doing that, we're only getting 30%. So I suppose that is a little bit of a downside. We're also losing grapes. If I moved you there... Still not producing anything. All right, maybe I changed my mind on that then. We'll go to diplomacy, and we need to train. Let's train diplomacy again, and it's going to be her. Let's see if maybe 12 starts getting us some bonuses or something. And Marzio is our family head, and I think we're going to continue trying to get this up. So we're going to go... Oh, no, not court member. Official visit. Why can't I do this? Party isn't home. We probably were there too recently. Okay, that's fine. Maybe we say hi to the Duchess then? We'll do an official visit there. And view. So she is neutral to us, and we don't like them apparently. We'll see if we can maybe change that up a little bit. That is the Duke that is in charge of our count, who we are a baron for. So a little bit convoluted there, but we have hungry eyes when it comes to rank. All right, let's let that go a little bit. So our main goal right now is just to let this building construct. While Marzio is traveling in the midst of a forest, the road gets rough and bumpy, which forces the caravan to stop and see what is causing the impenetrable blockage. Marzio comes out of his carriage to see that bandits have surrounded the caravan. Their leader looks fierce as he spits on the ground and points a crossbow straight at Marzio, yelling, "Surrender your goods, we won't harm you or your traveling companions." Okay, we could give the goods, we could try to negotiate, we could resist them and do our best to survive. So our stats are... I mean, we're best at trade. I doubt trade comes up here. Military and intrigue is okay. We could just give the goods. Honestly... Begone, scum. Resist them. Marzio orders his retinue to fight the bandits. The fight is hard, and soon they lose morale to go on, causing them to surrender. We lost. We are distressed. Womp womp. Alright, well, at least we're not a coward. Go ahead and close that chronicle. Alright, Claudio, where are you at? Okay, there's our official visit. During the dinner at Camposa, Lucilia Martorell asked Marzio to speak honestly about how House Martorell is viewed in Castavare. The request is polite, but it's obvious she's trying to assess the trustworthiness of the house builder. How should Marzio answer the request without causing a diplomatic conflict? So we will probably speak openly. We are trying to get our idealist trait points finished up. And that requires intrigue and diplomacy, which we're fine at. We'll try that. We speak honestly while leaving out any detail which would cause damage to house builder. Lucia is satisfied with his account. So she likes us a bit more. Didn't change our opinion much. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, get that up if we can. How many more points do we need here? We're at 232 out of 250. Hopefully once we get that, we'll actually start seeing some population growth. A beautiful night treats listeners to warm winds and a mesmerizing starry sky cast shimmering lights, making the gathering magical. Claudio participates in this event at the request of his family to represent House Builder and meet Vela. While listening to poems about the miseries of life, he notices Vela looking in his direction and smiling invitingly. Should he take a step further and introduce himself? We will try to write a poem because that's going to give me the points I want. Claudio tries hard to write something during the night. When it is his turn to perform, he has nothing written down, has to improvise. It's a catastrophe. Womp, womp, womp. That poor dude. But his loss is our gain because now we only need 10 more points. Poor guy. All right, you got another one you want to point me towards? Pamela Zabata? Benevolent, idiot, cunning? No, I don't think so. No idiots, please. Carme Onorati has come to visit Castavare. She is warmly welcomed, and the Onorati family is on good terms with the Builder family. Marzio Builder needs to make sure she's comfortable. This is our count, I believe. Countess. So, we can talk about trade, we can talk about fashion. We are totally talking about fashion, because I really want those points. Marzio asks how Carme feels about the latest headdress fashion. Between you and me, I don't understand it at all. It just looks like they found something a cat brought in and put it on top of their hair. That's exactly what I was thinking. They spent a pleasant afternoon walking and going through the most laughable fashions. Marzio, you smooth talker, you. Excellent, excellent. Okay, like one... Oh, we didn't get the points? Did I misread that? I thought that was idealist points. Question. All right, we are looking for somebody that we can do courtship at. Again, I'm not looking to get rid of a family member, so I really... Oh, no, not court member. There we go. Nope, we need courtship, not court member. English is a funny language. Nope. All right, somebody... Here we go, courtship. You don't get to be too picky, Claudio. What do we know here? Helia Trinkar has absolutely terrible traits. She's lazy, carefree, and ugly. All right, you could be a little pickier than that. Just a little bit, though. House Onorati has sent a delegation to Castavare. They propose that Niccolo Ontaranti should become a ward of Nora. Sure. You can come on in, kid. What do you know? All right, come on, somebody has to have a non-idiot daughter. Okay, this is not looking good. I think we may have missed that beginning of game window. We may very well have to marry the idiot lady. Oh no. Oh no. I guess we also could look at marrying up and looking for an alliance. I don't know how likely people are to accept that. I think we've gone through this whole area. Oh no. I think we have. Oh, are you the idiot? Yeah. No, I'm not gonna send you that fate. Okay, so I wouldn't want to get into the command structure above me. So I would be probably looking at one of these other houses that's not directly ahead of me. so I could use them against the people ahead of me when I tried to advance. So how about over here? Nothing. Nothing. Oh no. Nothing. Gotta be kidding me. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Courtship. Forgiving, attractive, carefree, impatient, and she's bitter. All right, well, you know, it's all right if you like cats. We'll try. We'll try. That was pretty painful. That was pretty painful. Massimo gains a skill. Massimo's finished training diplomacy. Yeah, you got a ways to go on that. Gained a new skill learner. His training stopped and is given and pursue other tasks. We could try to get a trade route going, but I mean, I guess we could go for some more materials. I think I'm just gonna have him continue to train. Assign custodian. No, train diplomacy. Massio. Yeah, we have several people who are doing a lot of training, but hopefully that'll be a worthwhile investment. 10 being kind of a baseline. Kind of is annoying that even at baseline you don't get a bonus to production. That feels pretty rough. Go ahead and move this forward a little bit. Can we do another visit by chance? No. We did one here. We haven't visited the Viceroy. Let's go do that. Let's get a measure of the woman, I guess. 32. She has good intrigue and good military. Invisible. You've been in many events in many places, but nobody remembers that. Somehow everyone else was noticed but you. All right, well, we'll go see her. See if the rumors of her invisibility are true. Amy gains a skill. Yeah, she is one that is like way down. Awesome indeed. Okay, and diplomacy. Nope. Isadora Builder. Isadora's servant informs her that Valzo Agonaldi has business in town he would like to meet. Isadora thinks this would be a perfect opportunity to build bonds. How should Isadora proceed to do that? Should she lavish Valzo with gifts, challenge him with all-night partying, or just spend some quality time together? Fickle, gullible, profligate, and unavoidable. We could buy him a pet. All right, well, I want points down here, so how about a friendly conversation? So he doesn't like her, she likes him, and his house likes us. All right, we'll try. Plans new opportunities with Valzo, and they agree they should meet more often. Okay, are we good? Okay, we did get some points, but that's not the 8 that it says that I'm gonna get, so I'm not sure what I'm misunderstanding about that. I swear those say that I'm gonna get 8 points when I select them. Maybe you have to succeed with a certain amount? Marzio organized a meeting with the intention of impressing Cassandra Monsbara by showing off the builder's sense of fashion. Okay, so it finally happened. I do want to say, one of my major criticisms, they just need more events. This is the same problem that Crusader Kings has. We've already hit a duplicate event, and we are only a little over an hour into the game. And in my practice game before I started recording, I had hit a lot of repeat events. Like when we go for the courtship, there's only like 3 or 4 events, and you need to do 2 of them per attempt. So you rapidly run out of events. And I don't know, it seems like low-hanging fruit that the game should have just had like 10 times as many of these. All right, so what will we do? We could do... We are good at diplomacy, economy, and a little bit of military. So that one we're really good at. We're not particularly great at that one. And this is relationship-based. Let's just do this one. Our retinue makes a grand entrance. They are wearing the smoothest shimmery velvet adorned with beautiful pearls and shining steel armor pieces painstakingly crafted by the expert armorers of the Castavare. Courtiers gasp at the sight of the garments, unlike any they've seen before, as Marzio parades past them. He leaves Cassandra no choice but to compliment them, as anything else would indicate jealousy or a lack of decorum. Iken has points. 2 points. All right, we're getting there. I do believe that was a 2-pointer. Okay, Claudio. Impatient, altruist, cautious. Try your luck, man. You are batting 1,000 here. Okay, IMA finished what she was doing. Diplomacy. No, IMA. Yeah, we were working on her diplomacy still. So train. She's up to 6. Keep going. A new child is born. Sarah Builder and Massimo Builder. Sarah Builder has given birth to a new member of House Builder. Congratulations. Do you show up here yet? You do. We have Emmanuel Builder. 1s in all stats. We're going to get that kid starting to lift iron. It's going to start studying foreign diplomacy. We'll make something of you, kid. Don't worry. Sarah gains skills. Is she... Right, she was going, I believe, in diplomacy. Finished training diplomacy. Awesome. Okay, can we make use of her to actually run something? Okay, she wouldn't hurt it, but it was still not really helping. 1.6. Okay, she is actually raising the amount. That is something. I'm gonna let her run that for a little bit. Let's get some extra gold stockpiled. Can I go do another court visit yet? Yeah, official visit with Marzio. Lizetta. Oh, that is not the person that we just met a minute ago. Or is it she changed portraits? Not 100% certain on that. She was wearing red before, or at least the person I talked to was. What is this? Bandits? Don't like that. Litiziza Onorati is pleased with Mario Builder's visit. To mark his arrival, Letizia arranges a feast. During the evening, Marzio, encouraged to give a speech without warning, he decides to address and toast. Okay, we have several choices here. Diplomacy and economy is our strength. I think we're going to just take that. This choice gives 8 points towards Peacemaker. Yes. Onorati is overly pleased with Marzio Builder's performance. After the feast, she spends time with Mario discussing the intricate matters of state. Cool. All right, so did that? Yeah, and that did give us the full 8 points here. So we need 5 more for Idealist. Massimo takes part in the latest accounting challenge. He is prepared for this competition with an intense period of learning and the help of a master accountant. Even though the challenges are tough, Massimo is among the top competitors. Aim for high results, enjoy the competition. We're definitely aiming for high results. Give me those points. He's also arbitrary, which I don't know if that's good or bad. Massimo gets stressed by the pressure to succeed. The challenges are hard, but he manages to get good rank and get some tokens as well. We got 30 gold, but he's now irritated. Okay. And we got our tradition. Beautiful. So now our wages will increase happiness more than normal. Remember, happiness is how you actually gain population, not just food. Food's like baseline upkeep. Happiness is actually getting new people. Okay, so that's done. Now we need to pick a new tradition to head towards. So let's take a look here. If we wanted to go further down Idealist, when upgrading buildings, happiness is set to maximum. So if I finish an upgrade, I gain a pop? Is that... Or I guess I gain pop growth. That could be something. Violence isn't the answer. General 25% happiness bonus. All violence-related intrigues become obsolete. Don't know about that. Oh, that was not what I wanted. Unlocks a Palatine Companion. Palatine's military unit. A true noble sworn to valor. His heart knows only virtue. His blade defends the helpless. His might upholds the weak. His words speak only truth. His wrath undoes the wicked. Alright, that's fine. All family members get 10 attack skill and 20 health. That could be pretty handy if we get in fights. Or population growth needed to gain a population is 10% smaller. I think we're going to double down on our pop growth strategy. So we're going to try to pick peacemaker options. A group of bandits has marched to Saw, owned by House Builder. They're going to steal everything they manage to find and set Saw on fire. If this happens, workers will be unable to continue production until the damage is undone. We must catch them. Okay, so it was bandits that were roaming around. Okay, so they have 7 units. Who is my best fighter? Sarah has a 14. 16 on Nora. All right, Nora, you're gonna need to go take care of this. You are currently making food, so that's kind of annoying. So I want to military, raise an army. Nora. All right, so we have light cavalry, peasant militia, and poleaxers. Poleaxers gain attack bonus against medium and heavy infantry. I don't think they had any. So we're gonna go cav. Let's go. Now, raise cost. These are 20 horses. Like, and we're not producing horses. So that is expensive. I think we're gonna have to go 3 though. And then we'll go with 3 peasant militia. So we're at least at parity for units. And I can't afford it. Okay, I can. Okay, we're gonna have to go with just 2 cavalry. I hope we can actually win this. Raise our army. All right, that's us here. And I want you to go there. Bandits. Your military regiment has caught up with the group of bandits. You order your men to take up positions and get ready to fight. Prepare to attack. Okay, so bandit ambush and bandit attack. If we win these, we increase our fiefdom's safety. Choose our companions. Yeah, we're just taking everybody. Okay, so this works exactly the same as the social fight works, basically. So they have some light cav, light infantry, light infantry, light infantry, and the character. Okay, we will send our character against their character, and we will send 1 peasant against that. We will send our cavalry against cavalry, our cavalry against peasant, and then peasant against peasant, and peasant against peasant. And we have a spare that I can't put out yet. So let's ready. Okay, take my spare and send him out. Okay, they also had some extras they deployed. Okay, we seem to be winning that, I want to say. I'm gonna say we're winning that. Over here. Okay, so you're attacking that, and you're attacking that. You're at about half health. Let's have you attack him for a minute. Also, do you have any abilities? You do not. You do. Rally troops. Restore morale of your units. Cooldown 60 seconds. All right, we'll do some morale bonus here. Okay, you retreat. Try to heal him up. Okay, you fight. Well, what I really want is that. You go over there. Okay, good. Come over here. Oh, I see. He can't. I see what's going on. There's no connection, so he can't make that jump. Nobody else is super weak. I wish I could spread these cards out a little more so that they weren't overlapping each other, because there's really no need. I can fit more units down here so I could see what I was actually doing. Okay, my light cavalry is healing. All right, you. Yeah, let's retreat, and you come down here. Okay, and then you get into there. I don't suppose you can go there, and you can go there. You are super duper weak. Retreat, please. Hopefully we actually survived that. We did not. That was my bad. Okay, you... Yeah, come get rid of this. We're kind of sort of losing slowly over here. I don't even know if I want to say what we're losing slowly. Well, yeah, just keep going at it. Okay, we have 2 units that are available. I think we need to deploy or we're going to lose this, so both of you guys deploy. That guy getting teamed up on is not good. Okay, there we go. We're all right. Who's in the best shape here? Or actually, who's the most useful? You retreat. And then you deploy. Get in there. All right, excellent. They're healing and they can still deploy. Yeah, here it comes. Oh, and they retreated. Okay, let's heal for a second if we can. All right, that should be victory. They can't deploy anymore. Okay. All right, that was okay. I think this will be more interesting when we get higher tier units that actually have more abilities or just better fighters. But not bad. We increased our fiefdom safety 2 times. All right, then we want to disband. Claudio has been sent by his family to Galdes to meet Carmen Polemo with the intention of getting to know each other better. Claudio's unsure about his own feelings towards the situation, and there's a tense air. What should Claudio's demeanor be? Let's see. She's impatient, she's an altruist, and cautious. They're both dissatisfied. All right, his best stat is intrigue. Average relations aren't stellar. Recluse isn't a good trait. Hard to get would be egoist and... Okay, she's not too into it either, I don't think. All right, well... Military... Let's try laid back. Claudio takes Carmen on a tour of the private garden, where he shows off a collection of rare flowers and colorful butterflies that flutter around them. Carmen gasps in adoration and thanks him for showing her this treasure. They glow with happiness for the rest of the tour. Good job, Claudio. You're 50% of the way there, man. You can do it. Okay, so, Nora, good job on your recent military adventure. But I need you back on growing food. Although, actually, we were in the positives even without her here. Yeah, you know what? Let's actually have her do a round of training. We'll give her some more diplomacy. Diplomacy makes them happy. Happy makes the population grow is my thought. We are losing population growth ever so slightly. Let's actually deploy you, and we'll bring that up. Yeah. Where was my one? No, I don't want to move people. He says, and then he moves somebody. Stay on that. Where is my one? Was it the winemakers? No. Was it the vineyard? The vineyard I could pay more. We have that extra happiness bonus now. I really, really, really want some pop growth. Let's see if we can do that. We lose some wine, but that's okay. We have a stockpile at the moment. Where is our building at? I feel like we've been building forever. So it should be masons. 82%, 61 more days. Build times do last a long time in this. Otherwise, we're looking okay. Our horses are a little low, and we're not producing any. That makes me a little nervous. Maybe we could try to do a trade. Who's my... Okay, Masio. Okay, Masio, when you finish this, I think we're going to try to go do a trade. House Onorati has sent a delegation to Castavara. They propose that Nico Ontarali becomes a squire. Accept. Sure. Hey, and look at this. Our 2 houses are really liking each other. Now, that's not great because this is also the person that's my boss. We want to replace them at some point, so it could be good because if your boss likes you, maybe they'll treat you well. But it also could be bad because we're going to need to stab in the back, I think, at some point. Yeah, just make it happen, team. Masio gains skill. Awesome. Okay, now I want to do a trade. How do we do that? Trade route. Trading is an important part of life in Calderia. It is not exactly mercantile society anymore here in Calderia. It's better to create a surplus production and trade it away for resources you don't produce yourself. With trade, there's multiple things that impact the trade. Valuation of the resource being bought by each party, need for resources being traded, relations between the parties, and the personality of the trading partners. If you need to select which of your family members will go on the trade delegation by dragging and dropping. Okay, I want it to be Masio. Am I not allowed to drag and drop it? Oh, there we go. Here on the left, you can see the resources you have to offer for trade. As you click them to be sold, you can select the amount to be sold. The same logic applies to the other family. There are important things to note. Valuation of goods is dependent on the buyer's need for it. Therefore, it varies from situation to situation. Caravan size dictates how long the trade will last and how much your daily production is reserved for trade. Willingness to show how eager the other family is to agree to the trade. High willingness indicates that you might improve your relations with the proposal. Low willingness indicates the chance the other party of rejecting the trade or agreeing upon but then hurting your relations. 3 more things about trade. If the opponent agrees to the trade or not, it's then decided when the trade delegation arrives. This in turn depends on the negotiators. You could select a well-liked family member to go on the trade to increase your chances. Tough negotiations that sometimes take place, they are resolved in social conflicts. They represent the negotiations and will let you handle which things of value you value more than other elements. When successful, your family member will then be handling this trade route, which means you can't use them for other tasks until the trade route is complete. Okay. So, what do I want? I want some horses, I think. So, 3.7. I don't know what the normal value is. They have 77 of them. Okay, so that's not livestock. I want horses. Can I not trade horses? Ooh. Or is that just with her? I can't. So I believe the steps are the main place for horses. Let's go look over there. They have horses. Okay. And they have a lot of horses. All right, let's see what we can do here. So 100 horses would be fine. That would restock me basically. And what could we send? Unfortunately, we have kind of garbage. It's really just food, frankly. So we would need... Oh, that's real bad. I don't think we can afford that many horses. How about like 50 horses? We might be able to afford 50. So I assume we need to make these values at least somewhat... Yeah, just hit the equal button. Yeah, okay. So that's that. And then maybe we sweeten the pot just a little bit. So our proposal is... balanced. Relations improved or worsened. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we need to send a delegate. So he has 17 trade. She does not. We'll send him. All right, so we're right here, I believe. So... Oh, they have a shortage of crops. Ooh, okay. Okay, they want more crops. Relations. Buyer has idiot. She is an idiot. Okay. I like that I can see this. Buyer has arrogant, buyer has stubborn, buyer has blunt. So those are all just terrible things. Actually, no. Idiot's good. The other ones are bad. And then we are arbitrary, which is bad. 400 days. That's a long time. Is that because of the distance? All right, let's try it. We need some horses. They have horses, and ironically enough, they have a food shortage, which is good for me because that's the one thing I had in surplus. Independent merchant. One of Amy's servants reports that there's an independent merchant visiting the local market, presenting a list of interesting wares for sale. Amy orders the servant to We could buy some livestock for gold. We could buy metal. I probably will buy the metal. We're not producing any yet, and we're gonna need like 50-ish to build a building. Let's do it. As per Imy's instructions, the servant bargains a good deal from the salesman. The cart full of iron ore will greatly improve production. Okay, good job, team. Okay, we still got plenty of gold. We still have plenty of crops. We're losing a little bit of wine. Where are we at? Okay, I believe we need to get this green bar like up to the top of the half circle. So we're at like, I don't suppose you'll give me the number. Yeah, we're about 900 below. We're gaining 3 a day. So in 300 days, we would grow at current set. And I can't up anyone else's wages, right? We are already doing the higher level wine. Yeah, I don't have the ability to do it. Okay. A date at the theater. All right, come on, Claudio, you can do this. Okay, the traveling troupe. Again, notice we've done this same event, I think 3 or 4 times already. Ah, that hurts a little. That hurts a little. I really wish we had some more event variety. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? We could try to do schemer, but we're not really schemers. We could praise ingenuity. That is diplomacy. We're not great at that. We could mock them. We do have military. We like naive, egoist, and we're just at, sure, we'll try it. We failed. Oh, Claudio. You have a really bad set of traits. You have a really bad set of traits for getting through those events. All right, Claudio. Demi Zabata. Idiot, forgiving, and poised. I'm just not interested. I'm just not interested. Nobody. Oh, hold on, we gotta clear this. Parme Honorati pays an official visit. Okay, it was somebody different we saw a minute ago. And these two like each other, and we have good house relations. This is my countess. Accompany her personally, give her a gift, arrange a surprise. We are good at accompanying her personally. Throughout the day, Marzio Builder notices that his guest is really interested in trade and production and wants to chat about many of the workers and inspect every detail. This raises some concerns for Marzio, but it's a good visit for overall diplomacy between the houses. What, you think our countess is spying on us? Is that what I'm taking away from that conversation? Port ship. Okay, come on, buddy. We're out of options. We are really out of options. Cruel, vengeful idiot. Good luck. This is like his 5th attempt. That is really, we're really suffering on that. Who was my... Are you my trader? Yeah, you are my trader. Nice. I really like how we actually physically move goods around. I mentioned that before, but that really is one of the things I really enjoy in games. Whether it's super complex logistics or normal logistics, let's call it, kind of gamified, I quite enjoy that. Quarries. Quarries allow us to get better material for higher quality tools. View. All right, so we could add another worker slot that's in masons. We also have unlocks proficient miners. So I'm not sure what that one's doing. Proficient miners. Oh, is that just, I just open up the miners down here. Gotcha. Okay, what do we want next? This would allow us to pay our miners better, but I think what we need to do is we need to pay our farmers better. This is where we could get the most happiness right now. So let's go to the farms. This is the upgrade we need. Thatched cottages. What do we need to make thatched cottages? Can't build, requirements not met. 250 materials and 50 crops. And then while we build this, we're not going to be producing very much food, so we need to be prepared for that. So really, it's just the materials. I wouldn't mind purchasing 100, even 200 materials. Who else has high? Marzio does. Hmm. All right. We'll wait. We'll wait till we get somebody free. You have successfully completed the initial growth of your fiefdom and of your own power. This is just the first step on the path to prominence. New objectives. Okay, let's check those. Okay, so we have finished initial growth. I don't know what this destiny. Oh, I see. There's a bar tracker. I thought this was referring to things down below. Okay. We need to send a court member. All right, we can do that. Also, bandits, get out. Of course you are. Farm on fire. We must catch them. All right, Nora, you're going to be up again. So we need to military, raise an army. I need Nora. Cancel. I don't have time for that. Military, let's raise army, Nora. We're going to have some problems here. All right, what if we did one cavalry? We do one, probably maybe 2 pole axes. Your stats aren't any that much better though. I guess you are better than a peasant. All right, we're gonna need to micro this cavalry really hard, I think. Okay, we can't afford more than that. All right, we're even down a unit this time. That is not beautiful. Yeah, go to there. Stop burning my farms, you jerks. Isadora gained a skill. She trained a diplomacy. Pause. Isadora. Okay, she could maybe run something at this point. Isadora. Okay, they're already happy. Okay, what if she takes over? She takes over the farm, and that frees up Marzio to go on a trade mission. And what we want is materials. I think materials are best made up here in the mountains. What about you? So we're looking for materials. They have a lot. Okay, so we want materials. Can I just pay them in gold? I could. Ideally, I really just want 200 because we just spent most of our materials to get those troops. That would be 690. Do we know anything here? No, we don't. Vicious, carefree, naive. All right, well, we still have extra crops. Let's do a good chunk of this in crops. That's kind of what we're good at. And then we'll do some money. And we'll sweeten the pot. Sweeten the pot ever so slightly. And then we have to send... Oh! Can't send him. I don't know why I wouldn't be able to. Okay, well, we'll send Sarah to do it. The lower end of balanced. We would like a longer deal. Okay. Longer deal. How much longer? Like 7 trips? We would like a lot longer deal. That's as far as I'm allowed to do, apparently. That is literally like multiple years. No, I don't think so. Let's check somewhere else. How about over here? You don't have that many materials. Nor do you. 510 materials. Okay, and then we want to do... How many crops? That's actually not too bad. Sarah. Okay, the relation is bad. All right, what if we do this? Okay, there's some good relation here. Okay, I'm gonna need to move who's in charge of crops, though. I think this is fine. We'll do one extra click just to sweeten the deal. Go. All right, then here, Sarah, you need, oh, they're sad. Don't be sad. Be happy. You should be happy. Okay, hang on. What if Marzio's free? Yeah, please get in there, Marzio. Make them a little bit happier. Okay. Night full of poems. Claudio. A beautiful sky treats listeners to warm winds and mesmerizing ones. Okay. We already know that. Come on, Claudio. You can do this, my man. We want Peacemaker. We'll try to talk. Okay, we got one. Claudio shyly introduces himself in the same group with Bursa for the night. By talking and joking, Claudio tries to make a good impression on Burka. It seems like everyone's having fun and enjoying the night. Becca casts a lot of looks at Claudio and giggles while listening to his story. All right, we're getting there. Refuse to trade. Massimo arrives at Trevamore and waits for Avara Toledo. Hours go by until eventually Avara sends a message saying, if House Builder wants to trade, they should send somebody who knows how to count next time. Excuse me? He has 17 economy? All right, well, that makes me sad. Bandits, all right. Combined tier 5, so we're higher. Let's see. I want to just see how the auto goes. So let's click auto and just see. So we failed and everyone died and Nora was wounded. We didn't remotely kill them. Okay, so we lost badly. Commander without an army. An army led by Nora Builder doesn't have any soldier. Nora returns home. Well, that sucked. Nora's finished training Amy has finished training diplomacy. Train diplomacy. What are you up to? 7. All right, keep going. We're kind of all in on that one at this point. A herald has arrived for the capital to deliver a royal invitation for Marzio Builder. By decree of the Emperor beyond the sea, the sigils of Pramatos and the bloodline immortal Elias Palatine, official honorary titles shall be bestowed upon the great houses of Calderia as a token of gratitude for serving the realm and the crown. Viceroy Cassandra of House Monsbara has departed for the Isle of Orsa to begin the preparations for the selection of these titles. Marzio of House Builders hereby summoned to the Isle of Orsa to represent their house and declare how they may best serve the crown. Okay. We need to go to Orsa. Orsa is, yes, over here. Okay, I'm not sure how we do that. Family member without a task is Nora. She is currently wounded for 83 days. Well, that sucks, is all I have to say about that. And how all turned around. Okay, here we are. Back to view, Nora. Nope, not people, please. Not people, please. Nope. Nora. Back in charge there. Does that let me travel? I'm gonna assume that an event's gonna pop up that will allow me to do that. Amy Builder. Happy birthday, Amy's now middle-aged. There will be destinations that are happy and some which are sad, but each of us will build up a better future than the past. Happy birthday. Census count. Your overlord, Countess Carme Onorati, has called for a census of her vassals, and a committee of enumerators led by the esteemed Diattore de Censitori have arrived at the Casavari in order to conduct a population recount. Marzio knows that the population reports of Casavari have been outdated for a while and might even be slightly miscounted in favor of House Builder. If the population count exceeds the information provided to House Onorati, it could result in a tax increase. The Diarate seems experienced and not easily shaken from his conviction. What should Mario do? We could let them do the count. We could pay them off. That's like most of my money, or we could threaten them, and we're gonna let the count happen. The territories enumerations carry out the census. House builders numbers were slightly miscalculated, but overall the differences is so marginal it doesn't affect the current tax level. The territory departs Casavare with the revised reports to the house. We gained trustworthy. People know you for sticking to your word, keeping their secrets, and coming to their aid in times of need. Trusty, peaceful babble. Man, I wish we could tax every one of these people coming through here. We need a poll tax. Let's get going here. Some Toll House cookies. Albos Espelta has come to visit Casavare. He's warmly welcomed as a Espelta family's on good terms with the builders. No, they're not. They're on bad terms. Sarah shows them the garden. All right, we're going to try to do peacemaking. Teach them a little bit about trade. Now we're on better terms. Okay, I'm still wondering if I've been summoned to Orsa, how am I supposed to go to Orsa? Okay, House Barnaby wants to initiate trade. Okay, so they want to buy some of my crops and they want to sell me materials. Well, that's exactly what I want. We could accept but negotiate the deals. You know what? I'm just going to take it because, again, I want peacemaker points. We agree to the deal. Spiro prepares for the journey back home and promises to return with the trade caravan. Right? We're losing a lot of food. What is going on here? Oh, right, because they're burning my farm down. Are we GG? We're getting very close to GG, I think, because they're burning all my stuff down. Hey, Sarah, I'm gonna need you to give this a try. And I'm not sure we can afford... Yeah, we can't afford... What is your problem? What can't I afford here? I don't have enough metal. I don't have enough metal. Peasants? Okay, I don't need metal for peasants. Okay, we can't do 10. We can only do 5. We're gonna try it. Well, what a ripperoni. I'm not sure what I could have done differently here. I guess we should have bought some more metal earlier. Or had somebody who was like way higher. Okay, so they have 6 units, we have 5. However, he's got this cavalry unit that's gonna way outclass us. Plus they have some actual military units. All right, let's try, we'll give the AI, try to win this one. We'll just do another auto. And we lose again. Yeah, I know for a fact I couldn't win that even if I microed it. We're just outclassed. Ouch. That's a big ouch. So what do I do to this? Like, how do I fix that? Yeah, head home. Do I need to do something here? Not the keep. The farms. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so we just have a penalty for the time being. Ouch. Crops, we are working the best we can. We are working the best we can. Departure to the Isle of Orsa. Okay, there was an event. I thought so. Marzio has begun his journey to the Isle of Orsa to represent House Builder. All right, let's see him get over there. Oh, that's him right here. Man, this bandit thing is absolutely wrecking my face. I literally am not going to be able to raise anything that's going to be able to stop that. House Olerati wants to initiate trade. They want me to sell them livestock and my steel, and they're going to give me a bunch of crops. No, thank you. Crops, in theory, is the thing I'm good at. Rumors have it that Becca Laguna, who has been courting with Claudio, has agreed to marry another. Wow, poor Claudio, man. All right. I'm not even allowed to send this one for some reason. Okay, scandalous. And now send. Poor guy. Rank selection. Okay, I see. We're arriving to the event. All right, Sarah, back on work. Yeah, keep making me some gold. And Massimo, aren't you traveling somewhere? I thought you were. Now my mind's on fire. There's nothing I can do about it. We can't beat those guys. Hey, Count, who's supposed to help me out in the situations like this, deciding not to do it, eh? Arrival on the Isle of Orsa. The head of the house has arrived at the Isle of Orsa and has to wait for the other houses to arrive. During the time, Marzio has a good opportunity to mingle with the other families and improve relations. Feelings of emptiness. Nora Builder gazes over the fiefdom and feels empty. What is the purpose of us cultivating and fighting over this paradise? She can't even concentrate on daily matters and is desperate to ease her mind. Who should Nora go to for help? We could go to priestesses or philosophers. We'll try priestesses. Nora Builder sees the light that shines through the sky and earth and the shadow that it casts behind her and the shape of her own shadow. Everything makes sense again. There you go. Massimo. What do you mean you don't have a task? Aren't you supposed to be going to a marriage thing? I mean, I could give you a task. Sure, go work on... Wait, you made them sadder. Don't make them sadder, please. Alright, well, you could just chill. We'll have you work on, I guess, diplomacy because you're so bad at it. And they're burning my farm again. I literally don't know what I can do here. I can't beat this army with what we have. We could throw more lives into it, I guess. But he's at full life. He doesn't even get damaged. I'm not sure what to do there. Taddeo Builder spots a group of bandits up ahead. We could pay the ransom or we could try to sneak past. We'll try to sneak. We got caught and robbed. Ripperoni. I'm kind of just pushing to see what this rank selection is going to do. Contrary to Isidro Builder's expectations, Nisa Katala meets a generous trade offer with a slight ridicule, implying that you're trying to show off our wealth. Match her polite speech about friendship and camaraderie. Interrupts you while speaking and isn't moved by your speech. Wow. Everyone hating on the builders all of a sudden. Bad omen. Yeah, no kidding. Claudio Builder has arrived at the Lunresa to court Demi. At the day of his arrival, a blackbird is found dead on Demi's windowsill. Demi sees it as a bad omen. How should Claudio dispel such beliefs? The omen's not about you, it's just somebody else that's gonna die. Claudio explains that while an omen usually warns about dire consequences, it's not warning about him. Instead, it warns about the dire future that might befall both houses if Claudio and Demi won't at least entertain the idea of future marriage. She agrees. Deal. Well played, my man. Well played. Sarah Builder has become middle-aged at 36. Wow. Feel old yet? Okay, we are still losing crops due to trade. Wedding. House Galen has organized a wedding between Emmanuel and Bursa. You're invited. Okay, wedding. Sarah's gonna go. Sure, go for it. 38 days. Okay, this is becoming a major problem. I'm not even sure what I can do about that. Yes. Crop problem due to trade. We do have a crop problem due to trade. 3.5 per day. That's not really breaking the bank there. I guess because we assigned 2 of them. So am I able to cancel this? I don't think so. Okay, well, we're gonna have to put some more people. Stop making wine. Start making food. No more grapes either then. All right, we'll see if that helps. It does not seem to be helping at all, actually. Okay, there it is. It kicked in. Mine's on fire. Yep. I think our playthrough might be done. We have multiple bandit groups that are just pillaging my lands, and I can't afford units that could actually fight them. Yeah. We were able to beat the first two, but we did it by being able to bring up 2 sets of horsemen. Guessing? I guess we just had bad luck. Travel through the village on market day. Please buy some crops. We're having problems with that. Yeah, I want to see what this does, so we're kind of pushing for that. Rank selection in 10 days. Date at the theater. Okay, come on, Claudio. Come on, my man. You're 50% of the way there. Okay, so she's an idiot. She's forgiving and poised. We have better military than her. We have worse diplomacy. We have better intrigue. Let's try the intrigue. We did it. Oh my goodness, the subplot is good. All right, I think we're going to let him join her house, though. He's not particularly useful to me, and she's kind of an idiot, so let's just see how that goes. They pay for the wedding within 90 days. I want to see what this rank selection does. All right, here we go. I feel like this is the first, like, progression event. The time has come for all noble houses to announce what title they would be most eligible for. The selection will be conducted in order of hierarchy. Begin. Each noble house of Calderia will be eligible to compete for a title of their choosing, according to the level of their nobility. The selection will begin with the ducal ranks, followed by the comital ranks, and finally the baronal ranks, in the order of the viceroy's relation toward the houses. Viceroy's house will not claim any titles for themselves. Up to 4 houses may compete for the same title, and each of the titles have varying effects. All the relevant information can be seen at the top of each title. Okay. Hey, we actually ranked really high. Select a title you want to compete for by dragging your house crest from the left and dropping it on the title you wish to compete for. You can only choose a title from your own nobility level, and only 4 houses can compete for the same title. Okay. The happiness immediately jumps out at me. Consumption of wages and happiness growth are 10% more efficient. That feels really good to me, if I'm being honest. Gain some extra stats. Gain some production speed. Profession upgrades are 10% cheaper. I think we're going to go for happiness. I'm not sure how we're going to compete here. All houses have now selected the title they wish to compete for. The skill of your house head and the various actions increase your standing among your rivals. You may also ask for the support of other houses in your claim for the title, if they are equal or higher nobility level than you. The viceroy will only hear their support at the rank election event. You have 1 year to prove your worth to claim your title. You may always refer to the specific details of your title choosing from the Ranks of Calderia submenu. Well, nobody's competing with me. The House of Builder, known to be heralds of goodwill. Well, excellent. Okay, well, I guess we win that one. So that's something. Duchess Martorell turned 39 recently, and for her birthday, she wished for prosperity of her duchy by helping her subjects in their trouble. An emissary now stands at the court of House Builder to inquire what kind of gift would benefit Castavare the most. Laboring migrants, prosperity, patrolling, or wealth. I would love some extra workers. Duchess Martorell generously offers a portion of population of Composa to work for the builders. The new worker will return to Composa after 1 year. Ooh. That is really nice. That is really, really nice. True to the deal with the other houses, immigrant workers arrive to your fiefdom. They will work for you for a fixed amount of time. Okay, interesting. But that's going to be it for the episode, and I'm going to have to think about this one if we're going to continue on or not. This playthrough itself, I think, might be toast. I just can't beat these. I would need I would need like 30 or 40 metal that we just don't have. I'll have to think about that. But very interesting. Just in case this is my last one, my thoughts are very board game. I really get strong board game vibes from it, which is a good thing in my mind. I like the mechanics. I like the interpersonal relationship things. I'm very disappointed with the amount of events. The fact that I'm already seeing multiple repeats feels pretty bad. Like, let's go with the board game analogy. A board game would have a deck of cards of at least like 30, 40, 50 cards with probably a few repeats in there. So the fact that there's like 4 events for courting, and I mean, I had to do 4 or 5 people getting married. So I've seen every courting event at this point, I believe. So that's a little on the disappointing side. It feels to me like that was kind of low-hanging fruit, that you could have just added more events. I like the very beginning when you kind of do a choose your own adventure of like, oh, our house was known for this and we arrived then. So like we could play over here where we get money and horses, or up here for materials, or here for better crops. I also like how when you pick your starting territory, it has different pluses and minuses, and it's labeled as like easier or harder events. So I think that is pretty cool there too. UI feels pretty decent. I'm sure if I played more, I would get pretty used to it. So I think that was all right. I really like the, can I get into it here by chance? Yeah, I really like the character editor. I think this is a really cool one. A lot of games that have these are kind of garbage, frankly. And I think this one's actually pretty good. I think you make interesting portraits. So I think that is pretty cool. Okay, builders, well, as usual, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like on the video. If you're not subscribed and you want to see other niche games of all different sorts, or whatever trouble I get myself into, don't forget to subscribe, and I'm sure more content is coming. And as always, if you want to support the channel, which your support is what allows me to feel comfortable buying just weird games and trying them out on the channel. So a huge thank you to everyone who's donated, anyone who watches an ad, the builder members, the Patreon members, just a huge thank you to everybody. Things like this, or Monster Breeder, or just other oddball games. I'm able to do that because of you guys. So huge thank you there. All right, builders, get out there and settle on a cursed volcano island. I'm sure nothing bad will happen to you. And I will see you in the next one. Babble out.